What's up? This is Gilbert Arenas rocking with the 3-Point Conversion Radio. Y'all tune in. Holla at your boy.
How important is to bring your best basketball at this point of the season?
Well, it's very important. We got to be at our best right now in our effort, in our execution, in our attention to detail. So we can be better in that area for sure. And I think if we would have been better last night, we would have got the win. But look, these are all valuable lessons for our young group. These guys have never been in this position before. This is the first time we've been in this position together. A number of them, first time they've ever been in this type of playoff participation or this playoff hunt. So this is new territory, and we addressed that today. And I expect our guys to respond. I think, they're eager to respond. And it's very important that we play our best basketball right now this season, regardless of who's in, who's out. We have another level to get to, and we got to get there.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Rod?
Hey, JB, you kind of touched on it a little bit there just now, but even though these games, you guys are losing, and I'm sure it hurts a little bit, how much can this benefit you, I guess, long-term as you try to build a program, try to build, I guess, a winning program there? Can this benefit you long-term with these losses and the feeling you guys have right now, disappointment?
Sure. I mean, it does. All this is great experience. It's all adding to the fuel, the fire that we're building, we're growing, and the fact that we're even in this position is wonderful. I think for our guys, that we're in this type of hunt, playing the second youngest roster in the NBA. As I said to the entire group, we're second in the league behind Oklahoma City, playing first, second, or third-year players in a playoff hunt. All this is going to add up to, we're putting equity in the bank right now. We're banking a lot of good equity right now. That's only going to be beneficial to us down the line. Now, having said that, I still, the goal here is to win. The goal here is to get better. The goal is to climb the standings and the rankings, and that's the goal here. We're not going to give in. So, but this is all positive to me. Every possession, every game, win or lose, to me, it's all positive. Now, the goal is to win. That's where we're headed. But through the losses, we'll win. Through the wins, we'll win. And all of this adds up to just great experience for our young guys, our young group, having just been together for the first time. So I love it, Rod. I love the challenge of it. I think it's wonderful. It's only going to make us better. We've been hit with adversity all year, and we're still standing. I think a lot of characters revealed right now, a lot of resiliency is being established and grown. And that's all, it's all part of the growth and the development of our young group. So we got a long way to go. But this is all part of the process. So we march on, we move on, we'll get better. And our guys, I'm seeing a lot of growth out of them right now, mentally, physically. I know it's a challenge, but I'm seeing a lot of growth out of them.
Thank you.
Will?
JB, what do you show your team in terms of a model that you want to get to defensively? Is there a comp out there that you look at?
Like a team, you mean a team?
Yes.
We're our own team. I don't look at another roster and say that's we watch different teams out there over the last couple of years, and, based on how we're built, we've looked at other ways to defend this year, and we've added a little bit of all that to our mix. I can't say anybody else is built like that or has the same scheme or system like us. But we've taken pieces from, my own philosophy, and we've looked at other teams that resemble our roster. And, what our roster looks like, our strengths, our weaknesses defensively, and we have to adjust accordingly. And I give this group a ton of credit. What we've done defensively, the mixing of coverages, keeping teams off balance and being able to do that within a game has been a real positive for us this year. Ultimately, I'd love to live in one system, in one coverage the entire time. We're just not there yet. And we've had to do this by necessity, and we'll continue to do it. So, and other good teams have done this. I think Miami's one of those teams that adjust quite a bit and has some different wrinkles. And I think Toronto, you look at Miami and Toronto, they're constantly changing their defenses. And I think Toronto got a lot of praise for it. Miami's got a lot of praise for it. For us, it's helped us this year be a top 15 defense, even with our limitations at certain positions. And that's okay. We've done what we've had to. So anything else on that, Will?
That was what I was looking for. Thank you.
Yep.
Raphael?
Hey, Coach. Raphael from the three-point conversion. Coach, last night at the end, we saw LaMelo Ball have that tough stretch with the 2 missed free throws, the turnover, and then the ball that they called that was out of his hands. But you talked about building character. What have you said to him, if you can share, after last night's? And then what was his spirits like after that? And of course, I know you expect him to bounce back.
Yeah, he's got a great spirit. I mean, the kid does not hang his head. He wants to be coached. He's curious of, what he could have done better, what we could have done better. He takes coaching. It's a constant communication between he and I. Last night via text, this morning via, live conversation. We drilled certain things today with him. We showed film today. This is all part of a development process, but I love my relationship with him. Within the game and after games, and he cares. The fact that he's willing to call me, text me late into the evening with a thought or idea or question speaks to the type of character he has and the curiosity that it's going to take to turn this program. I think he's in a good place mentally, and obviously physically he's trying to find his rhythm again, and that's just going to take some time. He just came off major wrist surgery, but I feel like he's getting closer and closer to being 100%.
We'll wrap it up with Richard.
Richard Walker, CarolinaSportsHub.com. When the year started, I think most NBA experts, odds makers, whatever, had you at 25.5 as an over-under. You've obviously gone over that. I know the season has been an unbelievable journey with twists and turns as it relates to good news, bad news, and all things in between. How do you reflect on, we got 4 games to go, you're probably going to be in the playoffs, and do you reflect on that, or are you so caught up in the moment that it's hard to look at that right now?
Yeah, I'm more caught up in the moment because that I'm not driven by what the outside thinks or care, what they think about our group. I coach this group, and I want to pull the most out of them. Last year we exceeded expectations when nobody thought, and we finished 9th in the Eastern Conference. It didn't change my approach this year. Everybody had us from 20 wins to 25 wins. I don't think anybody had us in the playing game that I heard of. So maybe you guys wrote about it, not that I saw. So look, we just keep doing what we're doing. We keep growing. We keep taking steps forward. We keep exceeding expectations. But I stay in the moment. And it's about wins right now. It's about moving forward. It's about getting the next win the next day. And that's how we approach this thing. I think, Richard, when it's all said and done at the end of the season, I'll look back and reflect on what we did this year. But to me, this is all positive right now. This is everybody in this organization, this locker room is moving in the right direction. We've made up some ground on the Eastern Conference this year. And we've done it, as I've said, with the second youngest roster or minutes played in the NBA. And Gordon Hayward, the guy that we signed, our number 1 veteran we signed, he's been out for, I don't know, Richard, 5-6 weeks? So we've only become younger since Gordon Hayward's been out. And we were already the second youngest team in the NBA as far as minutes. And we're in Eastern. What's that?
And maybe a better way to put it was Cody referenced how win or lose, this is the fun time of the year because you're playing for something meaningful. I mean, do you sell it that way? I mean, again, we all get kind of engulfed in the moment of, oh my God, there's so much pressure, but there's a lot of fun to being in a playoff run.
A lot of fun. I mean, and they're feeling the you know, it only gets better from here, Richard. And I try to share that with the guys. This is only the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even touched the surface of what this feels like to win in this league. And this organization has not felt that. We're touching it now, and I want them to be hungrier for it. There's more out there, and we're starting to get a sense of it now. But as I tell them all the time, this is only the start of it. You know, you got to want more. You got to believe more. And the fun part is down the road, Richard. I don't even feel like this is that we're having a little bit of fun, but the fun is down the road. You know, when you get to playoffs and you start winning in the playoffs and advancing in the playoffs, there's nothing like it. This is only the tip of it. So, but we can't skip steps. As my former boss always said, you can't skip steps. This is the next step for us in our journey. When we went from last year, everybody knows where we were last year. When everybody, you know, after we lost Kemba Walker to where we're at today, we've taken a major step to where we're at today. And this is part of the process. This is the next step in our journey. And, you know, this summer there'll be another journey, and next year will be another journey. And we just keep putting years together. And then it gets fun. Then it gets really fun. But I love this moment for our guys. I think this is the fact that we're in this position to have some fun and experience what it feels like to be a part of a playoff chase. You can't replicate this anywhere else. This is what it's about.
Thanks, JB. Appreciate your time. Folks,
Yep.
We'll send out the links for tomorrow later this afternoon. Thank you.